Hey everybody. Nice day. Finally, summer in Seattle. Usually it doesn't start till July 4th, so I'm happy that we got it in before. Alrighty, well hey, I am going to try to make these videos a little bit shorter. They're long. Friends have been giving me feedback, honest feedback. They're like, dude, we ain't gonna watch it if it's 30 minutes long. So I'm gonna try to keep this to 15 minutes. So, before we get into the meat of the video, I always have to do a bike shot, right? But I do have two upgrades. Got a Trask derby cover, clear, which I think is pretty cool. And then, what else? Got another nice little upgrade. Yeah, the Trask air cleaner. Thing is beefy and mean and looks good. I like it. Takes some getting used to. It sticks out so much. I can feel it on my calf, but I like it. It's not going to really bother me. Okay, well, let's get this garage door open. So again, trying to keep this to under 15 minutes. See how that goes. But today we're gonna do a helmet review. And that helmet, which is over here, is the Shoei Neotec 2. Yeah, I am excited. I love this helmet. Got it about 2 weeks ago. Now, I just got this helmet too, the RPHA 70, the Wolverine branded helmet. Is it, or is it the RPHA 80? I'll confirm. And I said, oh, this is my favorite helmet. But then I got the Shoei, and yeah, this is now the daily driver helmet. So I actually brought out a few of my other helmets out just to do some quick comparison, but I'm just gonna go over really quickly what I like about the helmet, what I don't like about the helmet, and actually, I don't think there are some things I don't like about it, but overall, I give it a 10. It is just a badass helmet. I was choosing between this and another HJC helmet. HJC has this kind of blue carbon fiber that looks pretty cool, but it still hasn't been released. Actually, it might be released now, but when I was looking for a helmet a few months ago, it still wasn't released. And so, you know, everybody talks about the Shoei Neotec 2. It's a fairly new helmet, maybe a year out, kind of the high-end modular helmet. And I had my eyes on it, and this color is really what drew me in. So I think from watching my other videos, you guys can tell I'm really into the color blue. Blue handy lift, blue in the floors, blue toolbox, and now the blue helmet. I mean, I have to have a blue helmet, right? Blue bike, blue helmet. So it is a flat blue. The fit and finish is absolutely amazing. I just love the color. It's just a nice color, and it's a high quality helmet. I mean, you can tell as soon as you put this in your hand. You know, just really quick going over the other helmets in terms of what to compare it to. You know, I have the Shoei C3 Pro, the HJC Wolverine helmet, and then I got this Bell half helmet. It looks like a 3/4, but it really isn't. I mean, this isn't providing you any protection, frankly. It's more for looks and a wind guard right here. But I wanted to bring the other helmets out just for point of comparison. But yeah, let's just dive into it and talk about this helmet. So I probably have 100 or 200 miles on this, and yeah, I really like it. I think, again, we talked about the fit and finish and the color. I think the color is just awesome. Also how it looks. I'm kind of, with my Harley, I kind of am going for that performance glide look, you know, not the geezer glide. And so I like these type of helmets. You know, I'm not really a blacked out helmet, you know, with the goggles type of dude. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm more performance look is what I'm going for. And you know, the Shoei helmet, it's one of those. I mean, you could totally see this on a crotch rocket or any other type of bike, frankly, if you're kind of going for that look. Obviously, safety is super important. Now, it's a modular helmet, so you're not going to get probably the protection you would get with like the HJC, which is a full face helmet, okay? But you know, it's all about compromises, and the functionality of the modular I like. I like to be able to flip up my helmet completely. Maybe it's a pit stop at a gas station or a supermarket, and being able to lift this up without having to take your helmet completely off is nice. In terms of what I love the opening mechanism for the helmet, and I think it's much, much better than the Schuberth C3 Pro. Now, Schuberth has the C4 Pro. I haven't even seen that helmet or felt it or put it on, so I have to compare it to the C3 Pro. But one thing I really like about this is how easy it is to to open up the helmet. It's just this button right here, very simple, and it just goes down, goes up, and then it locks into place. You can hear it lock, and there you go, nice and easy. The Schuberth C3 Pro, I really do not like how you have to lift it up. So it's right here, and it's this like tiny little red plasticky button, smaller in terms of what you have to grab onto when compared to the Shoei. And another thing is I have a hard time sometimes finding it, and because of that, you often hit this padding up here and you lift the padding up. I've had this padding come out completely just from opening up this helmet a lot, and it gets kind of annoying in that you got to push this back in and fiddle with it and all that kind of stuff. Whereas with the Shoei, you don't have that problem. It's just so easy and intuitive. It's just like bam, bam, there you go, okay? Now, other things I like about it, if you notice the latch, it's like an aluminum metal latch, which is nice. Has a nice, this is like seems like a rubbery catch here, feels good, but I like the metal aluminum. And here are the little catches, and they work well. Now let's compare it to the C3 Pro. Open this up. And then here, it's plastic, which isn't that big of a deal. It works, but you know, it's just kind of fit and finish. I think with the Shoei, you're getting a little bit better with the metal here, the metal teeth, whereas here you got plastic. So I just think it's a little bit easier to get strapped in and have your Shoei modular flip up or down when compared to the Schuberth C3 Pro. In terms of the visor is, I like it. The one complaint I have is the latch to open up the visor is just on one side, and it's really thin. So sometimes you can find yourself kind of while you're riding, you're like, oh wait, I want to put this up. Where is this thing? And then obviously here it is. It's a little bit harder to pull up than the C3 Pro. I actually don't mind that. And the reason being is, when this is up and I'm going, let's say 40 miles an hour, up to 50 miles an hour, frankly, this thing isn't rattling. It's just, a lot of times when I'm riding, especially obviously on a hot day, I'll want to lift this up, doing this with one hand, and ride, you know, and I'll just have glasses on and get some air. And with the Shoei, I can be going 45, 50 miles an hour, and this thing is going to start rattling all over the place. Whereas on the C3 Pro, this goes up definitely smoother than the Shoei, but I find when I'm getting even above 35, this thing is starting to rattle the visor, and then I have to pull it down, and that's one thing I don't like. The one thing I do like about the Schuberth C3 Pro is you have these hitches right here on each side, so it's a lot easier to find it, to lift it up. Whereas on here, it's just on one side. So sometimes you're just gonna find yourself, I mean, you'll get used to it if this is like your daily driver helmet, but if it isn't, you know, sometimes you're like going over here, you're going over here, trying to look around for it, and then you're finding it. And it does take some force. Notice that I'm doing this with one hand, and it's a lot harder for me to pull up. Whereas if you compare it to the Schuberth, one hand's a lot easier, but I think there's a trade-off. It's easier to pull up and down, definitely the Schuberth, than the Shoei, but when this is extended up, I feel like this stays in place more. Let's talk about sizing real quick. So I actually have 2 extra large helmets and 2 large helmets. I know, weird, but that's just how helmets are. Let's see. My Bell half helmet is a large. It feels a little tight, but not enough to bother me. My HJC is an extra large. My Schuberth is an extra large. And then my Shoei is a large. Now, in terms of my head size is actually a large when you go by the chart and you do your measurement like you're supposed to. I actually got lucky because the Shoei, when I ordered it, I did not have a chance to try it on due to the COVID madness. And I just kind of guessed, I'm gonna try large. That was my measurement. It's a high-end helmet, so I thought they would probably get it right, and they did. It is an absolute perfect fit for my head. So granted, I would obviously recommend to try on a helmet before you buy it. But you know, in these times, you have to do something different, and that you might not be able to go to a bike shop to actually try one on. But yeah, my head measures a large. I got a large, absolutely perfect fit. It's comfortable, really good padding, very comparable to the Schuberth in terms of padding. Just high quality, and the padding inside I would definitely say is a step above, let's say, the HJC. HJC is still really good. I mean, this thing is still awesome, feels good. I love this helmet. But I would say that the Schuberth and the Shoei has a little bit better, more comfortable padding inside. One thing I will notice is that around the neck, I feel like it's a little bit more, I don't know if tight's the right word, but it's just a more natural, nice fit where you feel like your head is kind of cocooned in there with not a lot of movement. The Schuberth does a good job with that as well, but I think the Shoei is just a little bit step above. In terms of vents, pretty typical stuff. You got the front vent, very easy. Then you got this vent right here. I think it has 3 adjustment levels. Let's see, 1, 2, maybe just 2. Okay. I feel like I get plenty of air and I don't get too hot in this helmet on a hot day. So yeah, I just think it works pretty well. Let's see. Oh, the one thing I'm not too, that I think I prefer the Schuberth over this is, well, I don't know, frankly. This is the visor, okay? And it's pretty damn far back. You know, when I first got this and I wanted to put down my sun visor, you know, I was kind of looking all over the place, like, where is this damn thing? Like, where do I put the visor up? And I just think it's kind of far back. So it can be a little tough. But once you get used to it, and again, if it's your daily driver helmet, I think it's gonna be fine. Whereas if you compare it to the Schuberth, the visor is down here. It's a little bit more forward. It's actually a little bit smoother too, a little bit easier. So yeah. Let's take a look inside. I don't know how good the lighting is, but just really good padding, very comfortable. Again, I really like that they have a metal latch there with the teeth. I think I would probably like to take this off. I can probably get my heat gun on this and take off the sticker, but for now it works. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to do videos that aren't so damn long so people actually stick around to watch them. But really this video is just for people considering this helmet, kind of a quick overview of what I like about it and what I don't like about it. I totally give this a 10 out of 10. Again, very few complaints. I think it would be nice if they had hitches on or latches on both sides to raise this up. I feel like it's a little stiff to bring up, but again, the trade-off is when you're going at higher speeds, you can still keep this up and it's not going to shake around and rattle. In terms of sound, I would say the Schuberth is definitely quieter. I think the Schuberth is a little bit heavier, I think. It feels a little bit more solid. And so I feel like the sound is a little bit better on the Schuberth. But the Shoei, it's still just built like a tank. You feel very confident and secure when you have it. Sound isn't deafening, whereas, you know, if I'm wearing the Bell half, you know, I pretty much have to wear earplugs. And the HJC, it has kind of a caverny type sound when you're in it, a little bit of an echo, a little bit louder. So Schuberth, probably the best in terms of sound containment. The Shoei, really close and right up there, but it still works. And so yeah, I think this is definitely going to be my daily driver helmet. Now, it hasn't been super hot here in Seattle, so I think that will be a new test, and I'm curious how the Shoei, how it holds up, but I'm confident. I mean, I'll usually go to my half helmet when it's pretty hot and I want to get a lot of air in the face, but anytime I'm going, I pick my helmets based on kind of the circumstances of my ride. So the weather, is it raining, is it hot, am I going on the freeway, am I just bar hopping or whatever, that all goes into which helmet I'm going to choose. And so the Shoei is definitely going to be okay, I'm going to be on the freeway, I'm going on a longer trip, I'm thinking more about safety in light of the conditions. If it's cold out, I'm going to wear I'm not going to wear the half helmet, I'm going to wear the full or the modular. And I have a feeling that probably 80% of the time the Shoei is going to be the helmet that I'm going to be wearing. And plus, it's just damn awesome looking. I just think it looks so sweet. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. This is a quick one. If you have any questions, please post a comment. If you like the video, please give it a like. And if you like the content on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I'll be doing videos at least once a week, hopefully twice a week. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying this new hobby of video blogging, and I wanted to bring some reviews to the channel just to mix it up and see what works and what doesn't work. So everybody have a safe and enjoyable day, and until the next time.